Yo, what's going on? Nerd Mixers, A-plussers, Villain Radio fans out there. It has been a long minute, but your boy is back with another episode of Nerd Mix Live, and I had to jump it off by making sure it was live. That's right. You know how we normally do on this channel. We record the stuff, then bring it back to you, premiere it, let you guys comment, engage, and then, hit y'all up on the Facebook and in all the type of group chats and stuff like that. But no, when we have talented individuals such as this gentleman I'm getting ready to introduce right now, we have to come with it hard. But first off, make sure you follow us on all social media at Anime Assembled, at A Plus Opinions, and at NerdMIx Alpha. But man, without further ado, I have one of, I guess you could say, up and coming soon to be legends, because this man is not just an artist And when I say artist, I don't just mean rapper. You know what I'm saying? That there's a certain cloth that certain individuals from out here that are cut from, that they're more than just rappers. He's an artist, he's a producer, and he's an engineer. And plus, he's an anime fan too, so he had to be my first guest back, bringing the show back. We can't do nothing if we ain't talking anime. But without further ado, man, let me go ahead and bring in my homie, Intel the Brain.
Yo, what's cracking with you?
What's good? What's good, Intel? What's been good with you,
Man,
man?
I can't call it, man. Different day, same shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I could definitely feel you like that. I see you all already on, you know what I'm saying? Rogue Shinobi from the Leaf Village already. I see how that go.
God,
I see how that
got
go.
to, got to,
Uh,
got to. Ba-
First off, I just want to thank you for the support that you show artists out here. You end up showing a lot of support. That said, I saw you. I don't know if you wanted to be seen, but I saw you out supporting Banner last night. I don't know. I don't know if he
yeah,
caught you on the live.
yeah, yeah.
So that is amazing, bro. You provide a place for those who may not have the means to be able to record themselves to come record. You're teaching individuals how to engineer. You're just helping grow the community when it comes to music out here. Now, but before we get into anything else, what makes you do that? Like, what makes you go out your way to make sure other individuals are set right when at times you might feel like people aren't doing right by you specifically?
Well, honestly, man, I'm trying to be that person that I was really hoping would pop up and give me some help when I started out doing this shit when I was a teenager, man. I started out doing like I wrote my first set of rhymes when I was like 12 years old. Was doing it just playing around. By the time I was 16, I was taking this shit serious, but I didn't know where to start. None of that shit. I knew the concept of recording and everything, but I didn't know like how to get from point A to point B. So I just started learning the shit, and a lot of it was really complicated shit. But I figured out that there are simpler ways of doing a lot of it, and I figured, well, shit, if I can learn this shit and I can pass it on to somebody else and make their journey a little easier, then I feel like I done done a little more in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real selfless person.
Now, some might say that could be taken two ways. It could be selfless or it could be foolish, because there's a lot of people who are selfless individuals that get taken advantage of a lot. We see that with fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. We see that with people like Miss Keisha Cautious, who is so selfless at times that she's constantly taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Or you get people running mud in your name behind your back and just shooting you down, even though you're constantly
Yeah.
trying to help. Like, what keeps your mind clear enough to be able to keep trying to do what you do? Or is it that you picked out those individuals, you know what I'm saying, that are that core, and you're just working with them? Because I'm gonna be honest, I was shocked when you was like, hey, let's work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I came and you blessed me by letting me go ahead and hop on a track that's going to be on your album. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to talk into, which probably has the best
Yeah.
artwork of any album in the Midwest right now. Just to let you guys know, a themed album that I'm looking forward to. But how do you handle that? Is it that you just start cutting individuals off? Because it's a lot going on. We're gonna get into a lot, but about how do you strive? Because it's people out there that I want to help, like Keisha, J Slave, Silence, you know what I'm saying, individuals like this who are
Yeah.
who wear their heart on their sleeves, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and are always getting cut and hammered, you know what I'm saying, from helping other people. So do you keep trying to help everybody, or do you get to the point where you help those who are going to help you?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, bro, I like to see myself as like a modern day Morpheus, if you will. I can show
Right.
you the door, but you're the one that has to open it. I can let you know that I have the ability to help you, but it's truly up to you whether or not you take that help and run with it. Now, I can help you, and then you turn around and you say, fuck me afterwards or whatever, then okay. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're going to need me before I need you. And I stand on that every time when somebody takes advantage of me. I've had a shit ton of people. I've had a lot of people like do me bogus, and just like I say with Keisha, I've been observing that as well. You know what I'm saying? We all done observed it where Keisha really didn't put a lot of work in to try to put the city on, and a lot of people ain't appreciative of it, and some even trying to take advantage of it or talk down on it, and they don't realize she's really a pioneer in this shit. You know, I mean, people look at me and I really just got all my buzz last year, starting last year and shit. But I've been doing the music for 10 years now,
Right.
and it's it's definitely something that's my heart and soul, and my passion is really in trying to help the next generation of music because, I mean, I'm 27 and I got laundry list of health problems, so I got to try to set something up for the next generation because they the future.
And see, that's another thing that intrigues me is the fact that you're open about the health problems that you have going on, and you're still as selfless as you are when it comes to this situation. But we'll get back into that because we're definitely going to get into the current scene. I'm not even gonna call it a rap scene. I'm gonna call it the
Yeah,
current scene in this
scene.
area,
Yeah.
Gary included, man. But who were you inspired by to create the type of music that you create? Because your music sounds like nobody else out here. It really doesn't sound like anybody in the industry. And when you listen to it, it just sounds like an amalgamation, like you're a melting pot yourself. And when you're creating something, it's just a uniqueness to it that stands out, you know what I'm saying, above everybody else's stuff. So what influenced you to create the sound that you have now?
Honestly, my primary inspiration is like my big. I have to say my big three are Linkin Park, Biggie Smalls, and Eminem.
Mm.
Mainly because all three of them, the one thing all three of them had in common, they made music and didn't care what people thought about it. You know, they put their heart into their music. They didn't pull no punches. They didn't hide their emotions. There are songs that Biggie made that he's not even, he's speaking about the street shit, but if you look more in depth, he's really speaking about what's going on in his mind. Same thing with Eminem. He don't put no filter on what he spit. Linkin Park is another one. They'll make such in-depth music that you're caught in a trance and you'll play their album from start to finish and won't even realize that you ain't skipped a single song.
It, it's
And I try to recreate that,
it's interesting to me because a lot of people don't know that Biggie dealt with depression and anxiety. Um,
A lot of people don't.
Chester Bennington, one of the
Man, man,
unsung
man.
heroes of a generation. There would never be another person like
I
him.
swear.
Uh,
Never.
incredible voice. Another person that God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? Suffered from depression and
I
anxiety,
swear.
and then
God rest his soul. He was gone too soon, man.
we know Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, because he documented the struggles that he went through. You know what I'm saying? Drugs, depression, and
Oh yeah.
anxiety. So, would you say the characteristics that they have is something that drew you to them because it was something that you saw in yourself?
I can say yeah, because I'll be honest. I can't say I had a horrible childhood as far as financial wise, but like mentally, I had a pretty messed up childhood as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was a little short, fat kid, smart kid, and like their music, it kind of stood out to me because it was like I was the little misfit. I
Right.
was always the weird kid growing up. Like rap music wasn't even my first genre that I started really rocking with. Like everybody in my family was rocking out to new rap songs coming out, and I had the new Linkin Park album, or I had the new Blink 182 album. You know what I'm saying? I would listen to rock bands and boy bands and shit. Like when I was real little, you couldn't tell me shit about NSYNC songs. Like I still know NSYNC songs like the back of my hand.
Nah, I definitely feel you on that.
Like I'm definitely always been an oddball. Always have been.
Yeah. Big shout outs. You got Banner. You got Banner taking in, you know what I'm saying? What's his name, nigga? Banner. You got Bianca
What's
Tate in the
cracking, Banner,
building.
bro?
Saying spit something. You actually got Hollow Game Bug.
Bianca,
Hollow Game Bug checking in for you
Bug,
right
what's
quick.
cracking?
Bianca says put
Yo, Bug, man, I ain't forgot about that collab, bro. I ain't forgot, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had some stuff happen, scheduling issues and shit, man. Hit me up when you get a chance, bro. I had inbox you my number.
definitely. Bianca said put me on some intel. Crying face emoji, tongue out emoji. I was just watching the Joe Budden podcast, and they taught me that that tongue out emoji is something sexual. So I don't know what she has going on there.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But shit, Bianca, you know damn well it ain't shit. It ain't nothing for you to come and hit the booth.
yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to that pretty. You know what I'm saying, pretty soon myself. But man, look, dude, you brought up being a misfit among people listening to the new rap music and stuff. How you came up on Linkin Park and everything like that. I definitely 110% feel what you coming from, because see, I grew up on like Slipknot, you know what I'm saying, AC/DC, different stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was really into lyrics, and like music theory, the sound of music, you know, the way instruments and stuff were put together, you know what I'm saying, Dragon Force, all types of stuff, how drum patterns hit.
Man, definitely. Dragon Force, that's a good name drop there. Through the Fire and Flames is still my favorite piece.
Dog, you know how happy I was when that hit, what was that, Guitar Hero? And trying to play that song. Nuts. Bug said all love. I got the chorus done.
I
and most
still
of
can't
us.
make it all the way through on hard. I can make it through on medium. I can make it like 80% of the way through on hard. I can damn near make it like 98% through on medium with the controller. But
Right.
they had to been on some good drugs to do that song.
Right. But like, man, like Dave Groff is like one of my heroes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah.
the mind he has for music, the way he puts lyrics together, the way he puts those songs together. Like I'm not even trying to be funny about it. I think the best thing that happened to him was the loss of Kurt Cobain, because that let his, you know what I'm saying, creativity come out. And him, you know what I'm saying, him step to the forefront and create all this great
It definitely
music.
did.
But nah, that's right in my
I
wheelhouse.
feel you on that.
But see, I'm a country boy too. You know what I'm saying? I'm a country boy that like country girls, so I was into country music. You know what I'm saying? I like to go and spend time in Muncie.
Oh
be
yeah,
all
I'll play
down
some
in
Luke
Kentucky.
Combs in a minute.
Yeah, you know, so save a horse, ride a cowboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand how it is to have your car break down and your girl leave you. You know, like it's all about.
Man. Oh yeah.
Banner said, ask you about it, impersonate somebody.
Impersonate somebody.
Yeah. I think I feel like he's trying to catch you up in something. We're not trying to have you in here and catch you up live. We're not we're not trying to catch you up live, so we're gonna leave that alone.
We're talking about a personal somebody.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be no getting caught up. A lot of people know. A lot of people already know my situation. I'm happily married. Been married for 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? And me and my wife, we're, I guess you could say, the oddball couple. But I mean, shit, we've been together this long. We've been dating 6 years, married 3. So shit.
No, I could definitely feel you on that. I'm happily divorced.
I mean,
so you know,
I'm sorry to hear about that, bro.
Nah, don't be sorry.
Plus, I ain't got to worry about my marriage though. You know what I'm saying? I'm I don't know. Motherfuckers talk shit. My wife's a cougar, yo. My wife is 55.
Yeah, you sound like a good friend of mine. Revelation 8:10, Kyle Miller. He
Straight.
he said, oh, he asked you to impersonate Jamie Foxx. That's what he's asking you. Impersonate Jamie Foxx.
Now see here, man, this is what I be talking about. Every time I try to come up on this show, y'all be trying to talk shit, man. Always trying to get me to mess. Always trying to get me to do this shit, man. I don't sound like Jamie Foxx. I don't look like Jamie Foxx. You need to stop that shit, man. You know, you want that bullshit. That's what you want. You know what you need to do? Stick yourself. Let me
Hey,
stop.
hey, Banner, that's what we do.
Hey, man.
If you never watch one of the podcasts that I'm on, the shit goes way left a lot of times. Like you might say something and we're trying to be on Earth and we end up on Jupiter by the time I'm done with the conversation. That's the way that goes. But as far as musical inspirations, you said you was into other things than rap. What made you start to rap instead of, you know what I'm saying, like pick up a guitar and, you know, try to mimic what you heard from Linkin Park or any of those groups like that?
Well, I had started off with the whole singing thing, but I was extremely self-conscious about my singing voice. You know, because my grandmother, she was a singer, and you know what I'm saying, like my family was real like particular about how about the type of singing you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up Roman Catholic. They believe you're supposed to sing gospel music and all this other crap. So it kind of sort of got like knocked down, I guess. And I'm like, well, there's got to be some way that I can get into the music world. So I started looking further, and I'm like, well, people rap, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I could put my own spin on the rap thing. And at first I thought rap was just like money, cars, jewelry, and everything, because that's all I would hear on the radio.
Right.
But I actually ended up being up all night one night watching MTV. That's like my one of the earliest bout I can remember with insomnia. I just couldn't sleep that night, so I'm just flipping through the channels, and MTV came on, and they were playing a bunch of like different songs. Some of the artists I can't even remember the name, but they were like those underground artists. You know, MTV had that little 2-hour block in the middle of the night at one point where all the underground artists would get their spotlight, and there were a lot of dope artists. And there was this one guy that stuck out. It was this Latin dude. He had I forget what the song was about, but it was a real upbeat type of pop track. You know what I'm saying? It had a real pop feel, but he was rapping on the song.
Mm.
And he was just spitting about life and like the struggles of coming up in the world, you know what I'm saying? Shit he was going through in high school and shit. And it really stuck out to me. And that just really got me thinking like, well, let me see what I can do with the rapping. Wrote my first bars when I was 12. They were horrible, like bloody freaking horrible. And I went back to the drawing board, was practicing on and off for like the next 6-7 years until when I finally found my sound when I was like 18. And it went from there. I went through the process of finding my rap name, figured that out, and just went.
Cool with that, because Bug just asked a question. He asked, where did you get your alias from? Where did you get your rap name from?
You know, and that's actually a pretty common question people ask me. I got the name Intel the Brain. Initially, I was gonna go by the name Intel because I just always I had like at first I was real big on the Matrix and like the different code names and shit. You know, everybody know Thomas Anderson. Neo's real name was Thomas Anderson, and all the other characters they had real names in the Matrix, but their aliases were what they were going by. So I always figured, well, my name would be Intel. I went and looked it up. 50 million people named Intel. So I'm like, okay, let me figure out how I can make this different. And I just was sitting thinking one day, and I was actually sitting with my BM one day. We were smoking a blunt, watching Arthur. Like, don't judge us. Like we was, and I was looking, and I'm just like, huh. You know, they used to call, and I was like, matter of fact, I was like, they used to call me the brain in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? She's like, why is that? I'm like, I was a kid everybody came to get their homework and stuff done and stuff like that. And I was sitting thinking, I'm like, Intel the Brain. And I was like, I like it. And I went and looked it up. Nobody had that name. I secured it immediately.
Which is interesting to me because if you look at the name, you're living up to the name just for the purpose that you have a dedicated group, you know what I'm saying, that you work with, and they're coming to you
Mm-hmm.
for knowledge, you know what I'm saying, to learn something, you know what I'm saying, to work. So in the net, in the basic definition of what intel is, you're actually giving that, to I'm going to say, because of how long you've been doing this, the generation that's behind you. Because even though you might be the same age as some of the people you're working with, they're not as seasoned, you know what I'm saying, in the scene, in the game as you are. So you do have something that you can give them. That's something that I'm real big on, is
Yeah.
passing down information, because information is the most valuable thing that you can have. It's not just about uh helping somebody put out a dope song, you know what I'm saying, and making the best project you can
Mm-hmm.
make. It's about taking those individuals and showing them how that was created, the process you're going through, and then to elevate them to a point where they can do that themselves, whether it's engineering, recording their sales, promoting their sales, setting up multiple streams of revenue. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want
Exactly.
to do in order to help this scene grow. And getting into the scene right now, before we get into some of the fun stuff that we're going to get into, that's probably going to make a lot of the viewers leave, because I don't believe
Mm-hmm.
there is that many anime fans in Gary. Um, it might just be us.
Probably not.
Yeah. But it's crazy that you look everywhere else around you, and people are showing people how to build. There's that saying: if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man a fish, he eats for life. So this is conversations that I have with everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's around me in the circle. This is something that me and Syndrome and like Trail 90p that we preach. It's when you come work with us, we want you to learn something new, to leave with something that you can use. I came to your recording studio and left in astonishment at the way you pieced your, you know what I'm saying, that song together as quickly as it does. That I have never had a
Mm-hmm.
turnaround on a song that quick. What is it about your engineering skill that sets you apart from other engineers in the game?
Well, as far as the engineering, I a lot of people, they're firm believers that you have to have a decent understanding of music theory, which you do. You have to have at least the knowledge of the basics, but the in depth, it's good to know. It helps to teach you, but really and truly, all you need to do is have a good ear for your sound. Know when something's peaking. Know when something is too low. Know when you need to do a hertz cut on something. You know what I'm saying? No, like it's simple shit. Like I was just showing my boy yesterday. The process of mixing your vocals down and everything, and it's just like a checklist really. And I mean trial and error, a bunch of YouTube videos, going through a bunch of shit, trying to figure shit out. I ended up finding a system, like primary thing that you do first and foremost, you kill the background noise. Then you add your DSs, then you compress your vocals, then you EQ them. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of different shit to go into it. I mean, everybody's process is different, but I've just kind of learned to move quick enough to where I can get it done and out the way, because you being an engineer, you'll be sitting there sometimes 12 hours on one song trying to get it to sound right, just because you got that perfectionist in you, or you it's something that you hear in it, and it's like I know I can clean that up. So I kind of sort of it's a combination of, um I guess you could say, a combination of my tenacity to learn, and the fact that I catch on so quickly. I get into the mode and I just go. Some things I just know how to do second nature.
Yeah, I feel you on that. That's dope. The funny thing is, I've heard some of the best engineers in this area say the exact same thing. So that's how I know you're on track of what you're doing, because the answer is always the same, even if the question is different. When it comes, if that makes any sense. And now I'm starting to
Yeah.
sound like I'm a friggin' anime character with proverbs and shit like that.
How
But here comes Bug because he wants some intel. Makes sense. He says, "How do you plan on progressing in the current music scene?" Because I told you we was gonna get back
do
to
I
this
plan on
garbage ass
progressing?
music scene. In the, I'm not even gonna say Gary. I'm gonna say the Chicagoland area because when it comes down to it, we're not labeled as Gary.
Yeah.
We're labeled as Northwest Indiana, the Chicagoland music scene. How do you plan on progressing in this current music scene? Because I have a specific answer for this for myself.
Well, me personally, how I plan on progressing, in all honesty, um, I have literally X'd out the idea that a show in Gary is going to help push me anywhere. And that's not any disrespect to the promoters or the club owners out there. I got love for y'all. I respect what y'all doing. All the ones that's out here for the right reasons, the promoters that's doing it for the right things and ain't bullshitting people, I respect y'all. But there are some things going on with some of these shows that just ain't really gonna pull no traction. Like I tried to put some promoters on to doing online shows along with their events, and they completely shunned the idea, even though I've shown them that other clubs have done this and have almost doubled their profit by doing so. And all they're doing is just setting up a couple of cameras.
Right.
It ended up paying for itself in the long run. There are a bunch of different things that I see going on in the Chicagoland scene that it just basically makes me sum it up as this place is practice. I have to venture out of state. I dabbled with advertising and everything, and learning demographics and everything, and in that process, I learned that most of my fans, if you will, are in Texas, New York, Tennessee, and freaking Japan. So I'm really focusing on those four places for right now. That's why people haven't really been seeing a lot of my posts or anything like. I used to get told all the time that they see my advertisements last year because I was doing advertisements like nationwide type of shit. But it's to the point I've got it isolated in those specific states just to help build my fan base out there, venture out there, and just work from there.
That's interesting.
Also I'm working on collabing with other artists as well outside of the state. One of the artists, my guy 666. He lives out in Highland, but you know what I'm saying, he's from out of state. Right? The buddy is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Just basically branching out, not staying centered to just Gary. I mean, the world's much bigger than that.
Yeah, definitely. I get that. The key word networking, especially when it comes to artists out of state in order to build, you know what I'm saying, your brand, to make you bigger. The thing that I feel is wrong with this scene is that it's a fish in the barrel aspect. Every man's out for himself. Every man's trying to eat for themselves. The minute they see you trying to catch traction in what you're doing, they want to attach themselves to what you're moving, but only to drag you down so that they can move along with you. Is everybody performing in front of the same fans? And that's not growing a fan base.
Crab in a barrel city.
The key to progressing your music is growing your fan base, and now not just growing your fan base, but also creating separate revenue streams to branch out your music, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
as simple as a clothing line. Maybe it's something that Leo Batar does very well. They do over there. The whole
Yeah.
video game and aspect and stuff creating. You know what I'm saying? Along with the mixtapes, just different gimmicks to differentiate yourself from other people and what they're doing. Are you comfortable with your current? I want to ask this without sounding disrespectful, because I don't mean nothing disrespectful about it. Are you comfortable with where you sit as far as your current lyrical delivery, or is there something that you feel like you're constantly improving on to advance your lyrical structure?
Honestly, I'm always playing. I'm my honestly, bro. My goal, and people say it's a pretty high one, and it's some say impossible, but my goal is to one day have a song so dope that even Eminem has to say, okay, I got to watch out for this motherfucker.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get some of the greatest art. I want like the legends, not the modern day motherfuckers. I want to get recognition from like friggin' damn. I'm trying to think of some names because a lot of my idols then died recently this year. DMX was one of them. You know what I'm saying? I was really banking on trying to get a collab with him before he
Two,
passed.
yeah,
Type of shit.
two classic albums early in his mainstream career. Two classic albums, same year.
Man,
Icon.
like him, 50 is one artist that I kind of want to. I'm trying to basically, if I can at least get a nod and be like, get a good job from one of the big names that didn't establish their name. Like really, a main motherfucker I really want to get like Master P. You
Right.
know, mainly because he's a hustler. You know, I'm seeing all these big wigs and how they started out, and a lot of these big name artists, people see how they are now, but don't look at the fact of where they started. Some of these cats started selling they mixtapes out of the back of their truck. You know what I'm saying? So
Nobody
the
has
fact
that
that they
hustle
went
now.
from a yeah, like to go from a place like that and then elevate and you're a multimillionaire now. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z was a dope boy before he started doing his music and now he's part of the Billionaire Boys Club.
Right.
You know, like literal rags to riches. And people play the song all the time. They play the rags to riches, but they don't really know what they saying in that song.
It,
There's a lot of songs about that.
it's a similar aspect to where you get an average individual looking at something like what Playo has done. Opening up, you know what I'm saying,
Exactly.
a successful club in his hometown and looking at that, and though that's successful, that I don't think that's where his success stops, because I don't think he's thinking I've done this, now I've done everything that I need to do. No, I think he's thinking franchise. I want to play O's here, I want to play O's in this city, I want to play O's in this city. Everything that I've seen
Yeah.
him do through his career is constantly growing and expanding. And that's honestly how you need to think if you want to be like the Jay-Z's. And they don't just stop at one thing.
Exactly.
They keep expanding stuff out. Banner asks, what's the value of networking at these shows? The value,
What's the value?
Banner, to be totally honest with you, I think you already understand the value of networking in these shows, because even though you may talk to 100 different motherfuckers all doing the same thing, there's certain individuals that you end up networking with that can help expand, you know what I'm saying, what you're doing, that you can learn from and do. Like
Exactly.
not trying, you know what I'm saying, networking with me, or whether it's with Keisha or Homage or Intel. Like, how do you meet, you know what I'm saying, how do you go out and meet these individuals if you're not at these shows networking? One of the reasons that I stopped going to show, I went on like a 5-year hiatus where I wasn't even going to any shows like locally, because it was no point, because nobody was building their brands, nobody was expanding. If it wasn't something that like Coley Soup, it had to be somebody who I knew was moving, doing something for me to be able to go, because in other words, it's a waste of time not to go out. That's when you have to learn your value as an artist, to be able to move in a way that's always going to provide some type of benefit for you. I feel that artists who are up and coming, like Banner, hit all the shows, hit them. Improved his stage show, improved his stage presence to the point, like what he said, smacked him to the point where he said, like he said, I think it was either yesterday or today, he said, now I feel like
He's ready to headline.
he's ready to headline. And I know there might be some people that took that wrong. So they might have took it as him saying,
Yeah.
I should be a headliner over other people that are headlining. I took it a totally different way, coming from an artist perspective, understanding what he go is. I have enough confidence in myself and my craft and what I've been doing because of how I've been sharpening my skills doing these showcases, that I feel like I'm of the ability to headline now. You know what I'm saying? I done built my following.
Exactly.
People know my name, and I should be able to headline in order to bring names out now. That's how I took it. I didn't take it as he was disrespecting anybody not choosing him to headline.
I took it. I
Yeah.
took it exactly the same way because like it does. It's a confidence factor with headlining. It truly is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was literally just looking at a video of Billie Eilish on stage, and she had broke her ankle or something, and all of her confidence literally left
Right.
the moment that she had to go on stage and sit on a chair and perform. She messed up ankle and all, limped off the stage, ran off. Her crew had to boost her back up to get back on the stage and everything. And I said that to say even the greats have them doubts like, am I really able to go out here and rock this show?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to be really confident in that shit. And seeing that show last night, bro murdered that shit, and he definitely is like he done came a long way from the first time I seen him on stage to now. I ain't gonna front and not trying to put you out there, Banner, bro. Your very, very first show, bro, you were awkward as hell, but you loosened up towards the end, and that's what let me know, like, all right, he gonna come up, he gonna open up out of his shell soon enough. And last night I saw that shit. You didn't need nobody on the stage with you. You didn't have nobody there to hype you up. Nothing. You went crazy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get Banner on here soon, maybe probably this week to talk to him about it, because he has a very special journey because he hasn't been doing music that long. And my thing with him is, from the first time I saw him getting flabbergasted by the reaction of the crowd. Like, if everybody wasn't rocking with him, you could see it in his performance. Now he has the confidence because he's been doing it so much and understanding that everybody's opinion doesn't matter. If you get three
At all.
people, if you get 3 people in the crowd to go stream your shit, and those 3 people are telling one other person, you know what I'm saying, that's 6 people. If those 3 people are telling one other person, that's 9 people. And that's how he's growing his brand. It doesn't matter if all 100 people are rocking with you. You give everybody the same performance. And that's what I saw from the video at Playos. He's going to go out there and be him with full confidence and not care about how anybody's reacting, because he knows how dope his stage show is. And I appreciate him for doing that. Now, back to this scene. This Gary, Indiana, in particular scene, is very toxic. It's very toxic when it comes to music. We have some certifiable next generational talent that I feel isn't getting their just due and where they're going. I feel like, I don't know how you feel about them personally. I feel
they really aren't.
I feel like Bug, right? And this ain't just because this is my dude, man. I feel like Bug,
he a dope ass artist, hands down.
has one of the best albums, you know what I'm saying, to drop this year, and isn't getting recognition, you know what I'm saying, for how dope he is. Like he's overlooked. His fan base adores him, but it's something about it's like other artists. I feel as if other artists want him on features because they want his fan base, but don't really respect his talent. I feel the same way about...
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I feel the same way about you. I feel the same way about Halo Drippy. I feel the same way about Oscar the Don. I definitely feel the same way about Homage. Homage is good enough to get on a track, or good enough to, you know what I'm saying, talk about and try to create it, but he's not good enough to, you know what I'm saying, put on a platform in order to help push him forward. It's a lot of artists out here who have left to go eat. You look at somebody like Soup, who was grinding for Indiana, literally, no pun intended, grinding for Indiana to the point where he had to go spread out his revenue streams, go to the East Coast, get his money. Now he out there. I think he's got a video with Fred the Godson dropping today. You know what I'm saying? Out there eating, doing this thing. You know,
Nice.
it's individuals who deserve recognition. Syndrome. Syndrome pulled a DMX and dropped 2 albums back to back. Trust Issues, Extended Weekend, both hot. Nobody talks about them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. There are definitely artists out there that have dropped some shit.
Mr. King. I feel needs to be touted more than what, you know what I'm saying, what he is. One of the best stage performers, excellent, you know what I'm saying, music that comes out. Almost everybody in his camp is hot. You know what I'm saying, that he moves around with is dope. There's a cat that really gets no recognition at all. I think he's in the competition with you guys for the Lil Wayne verse, Damon Alexander. And he's moving around.
I saw him perform, man. Buddy is cold. Buddy is cold. I ain't gonna lie. And when I heard him perform at that Lil Wayne contest, bro, I'm like, yeah, I gotta watch him.
Yeah,
I basically I'm finna do a Lil Wayne with his ass, bro. Like Lil Wayne made it where him and Eminem can't beef with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm finna get him on one of my songs. I'm finna get on one of his songs. Ain't no beefing with each other. Fuck that shit.
A funny thing a lot of people don't know is I was in the studio when Damon first started rapping. He was like 12. His cousin was one of my producers. So I've watched him grow from 12 till now. I watched him go out to Cali, go to Pittsburgh, go to Texas, go to Washington, network and build his worth to the point where he doesn't need home to succeed. He's gonna eat regardless. He just dropped a video with fam from Pittsburgh. Not fam from Indiana, with fam from Pittsburgh, because people out here aren't fucking with him. And so that's interesting to me. Bianca wants to know, where do you see your music career in 5 years?
In 5 years?
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see. It could go one or two ways. I could either build myself to the point where I'm like a hot underground artist, like how Snow the Product is, or I pray that one day I hopefully get lucky and end up having like a Juice World moment where the right people hear my music and bam, overnight celeb type shit. Either way, you know what I'm saying? I plan on still making money from my music, even if I'm not rapping, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm producing and engineering. Music is just that much a part of me that I gotta be in it somewhere.
Okay. Now to reach that goal that you had, right? I got one more question from Bug for you. And this is the last book, because Bug's like freaking monopolizing all the questions right now. He said to ask you if he's willing to sacrifice for that lifestyle that you want, and if you realize that everybody won't, that's on the ladder to success with you, are you willing to let those people go that aren't willing to make the sacrifices that you're willing to make in order to make your dream come true?
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course I am. I mean, that's basically been my whole mindset this year. You know, it's been to, you know, like if you're not willing to jump on the boat, you're gonna get left. Simple as that. And if you're not pulling your weight on the boat, you're getting thrown overboard.
Okay.
There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You either really trying to build something with this, or you're just dead weight. And you know what I'm saying? I'm an Aquarius, bro, so I'm a very blunt person. I'll tell you if I see that you're bullshitting. And I tell you once, maybe twice. And if you really still ain't trying to get it together, then you're just gonna see me fall back. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I gotta switch headphones.
No, you all good. You all good. That makes sense that he's an Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? So, big shout outs to Banner, Bianca Tate, Bug Hollow Gang, for definitely tuning in. Shout outs to Keisha Passmore, Keisha Cautious, from the Ear Hustling Radio Show. Shouts out to Ivo the Grand Duke. Those people who actually support the movements that we're making. Kim Baldwin, you know what I'm saying? All the people that look out for everybody out here in the Midwest while he's trying to get his stuff together. We'll go ahead and talk about a couple of things that we got coming up. Like he said, they're up for that competition for the Lil Wayne verse. What day is that? That's tonight? No volume. Can you hear me? We always have some type of technical difficulties when we live, people. It always happens. It always happens. It always happens. What's going on, guys? Don't worry about that. We're definitely going to get intel back here later for, you know what I'm saying, like a part 2 on what's going on. Had a couple of more questions I want to ask about anime and stuff like that, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to invite him over to an episode of Anime Assembled, and we're going to talk about that because you guys probably don't even care about that. But Banner did say that the finals for the Lil Wayne contest is tonight at the Loft, so make sure you go and check them out. I know Banner's involved, Intel's involved, Damon Alexander's involved. Go out there, support these amazing artists, and make sure that one of them or somebody who's worthy are one of the ones that actually win what's going on, man. All right. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. That was very informational. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. You will be able to check this out on the YouTube, youtube.com/NerdMix Alpha, an hour after this airs. Everybody that tunes in live, thank you. Banner, thank you for subscribing, bro. I really appreciate that. Coming through and talking is all good, but when you subscribe, that shows that you really support what's going on. Big ups to everybody that's doing their thing, and we will be back. I got interviews set up with Cliff O. I got interviews set up with I got one coming with Banner. I got interviews with Sympathetic Flow. Trying to grab Ivo. I got Katana Pop, Ralph Lauren Star Child. We got a lot going on. Syndrome. I mean, man, and you know how it is, just candid conversations about real ish life. We just gonna keep it popping, all right? So until always subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I got a baby crying in the background. Gotta go. As always, you know what it is. It's a Nerd Mix. Indie out.